Let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Japan-Germany License Session 2025. I'm Shunichi Takahashi, the President and CEO of Life Science Innovation Network Japan, LINK-J. I'm truly, thrilled to be here and to give an opening remark on behalf of the organizer, LINK-J, and the German Trade and Invest GTAI. GTAI, yes. Okay. So first, thank you very much for joining us. And it's great to see many people, both online and in person, who are interested in the latest trend of pharmaceuticals and biotechnology. And this seminar is all about sharing ideas and learning from others and helping the growth, the collaboration between Japan and Germany. So actually, I've had the privilege of working for many years at the German pharmaceutical company. And also, I had a chance to give a talk in the GTAI event before. So these experiences have given me the deep appreciation for innovation spirits and dedication to excellence that both countries bring to the life science sectors. So both Japan and Germany has a long history in the life science. And also, we have a lot of, exciting topic today. So I'm sure that we all learn from something new from this event. And after the event, we have the networking session. It's quite important for our LINK-J event. And you can meet the speakers and other participants. So please enjoy, connect, and share your thoughts with others. And last but not least, I hope this event will give you more insightful. This event will be more insightful and inspiring. ここで岩村様の方にお渡しをしたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Professor Dr. Takahashi. Again, welcome to the Japan-Germany Life Science Seminar. My name is Iwamura of Germany Trade and Invest. I will do today's ceremony master. Now, let me introduce Mr. Grentz, the Deputy Head of Department for Economic Affairs, Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany in Japan. Mr. Grentz, please give us your welcome greetings.
Thank you very much, dear Dr. Takahashi. Thank you for hosting us here today. Dear Mr. Iwamura, Mr. Schmidt, dear company representatives present here today, dear life science officials from German federal states and Japan, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon from our side. My name, as you mentioned, is Christian Glenz. I am the Deputy Head of the Department for Economic Affairs and Scientific Affairs at the German Embassy in Japan. And on behalf of the German Embassy, I wish you a very warm welcome to today's Japan-Germany Life Science Seminar. It's a pleasure to see so many distinguished guests here, researchers, industry leaders gathered here today, both in person at the Nihonbashi Life Science Building and virtually via Zoom. This seminar marks another step in the enduring partnership between Japan and Germany in the fields of pharmaceuticals and biotechnology. Our collaboration, rooted in mutual respect as well as in shared values, has been instrumental in advancing life sciences and creating business opportunities for a long time since. Over the past 5 decades, at least, our two nations have built robust frameworks for cooperation, such as, for example, the 1974 Agreement on Cooperation in Science and Technology. And this is one of the agreements which has laid the foundation for numerous joint initiatives, fostering innovation and exchange of knowledge. Institutions such as, for example, the German Research Foundation, in German called Deutsche Forschungsgesellschaft, DFG, and in Japan, for example, in Nihon Gaikujutsu Shinkokai, the Japan Society for the Promotion of Science, have been important factors in supporting collaborative research projects as a basis for practical applications and projects and products in our fields. Now, as you know better than I do, in the realm of life sciences, our partnership has resulted in remarkable achievements. Together, Japanese and German companies have developed cutting-edge therapies and technologies addressing pressing health challenges. For example, Boehringer Ingelheim's presence in Japan exemplifies successful integration of both German and Japanese pharmaceutical expertise and innovation. Vice versa, Japanese pharmaceutical companies, one of which I have recently visited personally, and it was quite impressive, I have to say. They have a big footprint in Germany as well. They have made considerable investments in research, production, and distribution, so in the whole bandwidth of pharmaceutical aspects in Germany. And they have announced plans to deepen this most welcome commitment even more. Now, today's seminar offers a platform to explore current trends in Germany's pharmaceutical and biotech sectors and to identify, hopefully, opportunities for further collaboration. Representatives from Germany Trade Invest, Nippon Boehringer Ingelheim, BioM, Asenion, and various German federal states will share insights and experiences, highlighting the potential for Japanese and German companies to collaborate and expand, and also for researchers to take part in this collaboration. Now, as we navigate the complexities of global health, technological advancements, the current geopolitical climate, and the current economic environment, which has an impact, of course, also on the pharmaceutical industry, I think our bilateral cooperation can become a pillar of cooperation and resilience in these sometimes a bit testing times. Now, I think by leveraging our complementary strength on both sides, we can address emerging challenges and, of course, contribute to the well-being of societies worldwide. Now, I would hope that we can seize this opportunity to deepen our collaboration, to exchange ideas, and to forge new partnerships. We are grateful to LINK-J for hosting us today, and to LINK-J and GTAI for organizing the seminar. And I'm looking forward to the insightful presentations and networking opportunities this afternoon from my side. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the warm welcoming address, Mr. Grantz from the German Embassy. Now, please let me introduce Germany Trade and Invest, GTAI, and its services. Today, I'd like to brief you on the attractiveness of the German market for life science industries and Health Made in Germany, the export initiatives for the German healthcare industry to the overseas market from Germany. My colleague, Dr. Schmidt, will explain the outline of the German healthcare market in detail after me. So, I will introduce GTAI's support services to investors. Then, I will brief you on Health Made in Germany, which is led by Mr. Axel Rose, who is unfortunately not in today, but I hope he might come across you at some time at international exhibition in Japan. Alternatively, you can contact him at any time. I will show his contact detail later. Let me tell you what GTAI is. We are the Economic Development Agency of the Federal Republic of Germany. With 60 offices worldwide, GTAI promotes Germany as a business location, assist foreign companies in setting up in Germany, and support German companies in developing their businesses in foreign markets. GTAI industry experts identify further a theme that positions Germany as an attractive business and technology location for international businesses. Our experts support a specific investment project from the decision-making process to market entry strategy to locating in Germany with an extensive range of services for foreign investors. As a federal government organization, our services are completely free of charge. Germany offers the largest market for healthcare and life science product with Europe. Both market demand and location factor makes it a powerful choice for many international companies preparing to expanding and their footprint. Dr. Schmidt will explain the outline of this attractive market after me. Germany offers several project financing incentives to all investors, regardless of countries of origin. Funds are provided by the German government, the individual federal states, and the EU. Incentives in Germany have a sustainable effect as they support companies in different project stages, from setting up new production or service facilities to R&D activities. One major program directs the allocation of grants for investment, the Joint Task Program for Improving Regional Economic Structures, GRV, which is distributed throughout predefined regions in Germany. The assisted regions are published for each funding period and highlighted on the funding regions map. Germany Trade and Invests Finance and Incentive Team develops project-specific recommendation for investment financing based on available public incentives. The team also provides comprehensive information on the available funding program and how to apply for them. Health Made in Germany is the export initiative for the German healthcare industry, set up by the German Federal Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy and implemented by GTAI. This task involves providing market insight, introductory services, and networking platforms, including trade events at home and abroad. We publish market briefs, in-depth market studies, and companies' directories on the German healthcare industry and its range of sectors. We participate in leading healthcare trade fairs worldwide, organize networking events, and enjoy ongoing dialogue and exchange with international health policy makers. However, following the decision of many Germany Ministry of Economic Affairs and Energy, GTAI does not involve any B2B. We provide free access to 3,500 plus German healthcare companies with our online database. Detailed company profile and direct contact information help international businesses identify potential suppliers and partners in Germany. The contact detail of my colleague, Mr. Axel Rose of Health Made in Germany, are shown. And if you you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact either him or the Tokyo office. Thank you very much again. Sorry, it's slightly 1 minute over. The next speaker is Dr. Markus Schmidt, Director of GTAI's Chemical and Healthcare Division. Markus, now the stage is yours.
Thank you very much for the introduction, and thank you very much to LINK-J and Takahashi-san for hosting us today. Very much appreciated, and it's a pleasure to be back in Japan. Yes, I will specifically talk about the pharmaceutical and biotechnology sector in Germany today. And before I get started, just a very quick reminder about the German healthcare market overall. Germany has almost 85 million inhabitants. Number has grown a little bit over the last couple of years, and the healthcare market overall is about 500 billion euro, equivalent to 80 trillion yen for overall market. So as I said, I'm going to focus on pharmaceuticals and biotechnology. If you're interested in medical devices or health IT or any of those other sectors, we certainly have information about these sectors as well. So please feel free to visit our website for more information. So coming to the pharmaceutical market and why we talk about it today, over the last few years, we've seen a number of announcements for large investments. So we've been asked frequently, why do so many companies invest? And the slide only shows very, very few examples recently. So I will try to answer the question why companies choose Germany, also how Germany compares to other European countries and worldwide, and share some trends. And as you can see here on the slide, there are some US companies, also German companies. I'm very pleased to have Boehringer Ingelheim here today, listed here as well, with 2 major investments in the last 2-3 years. Also French company, Swiss company, and I'm also very happy to have Daiichi Sankyo, a Japanese company, on the slide with a major investment just outside of Munich. So when you look at Europe, there's not just one cluster or 2 where all pharmaceutical companies choose to go. A little different to the US, where a lot is concentrated in the Boston area or in the Bay Area. So it really depends more on the needs, and it's fairly spread out. Some have in mind, it's all going to Switzerland or all going to Ireland, but that's not really the case. You have to look at whether it's manufacturing and what kind of sector it is and what kind of partners and suppliers you need. So it's a little bit complicated to navigate Europe. And as you can see, it's not just a one-off that there were a number of foreign investors in Germany, but it's really been going on for quite some time. I have similar slides for the past 10 years where Germany has been leading in attracting investments as well. Although this only shows the number of foreign direct investments, not the investment sum, I should mention. So why is that? First reason, companies choose Germany because it's one of the largest markets in the world. It's by far the largest in Europe, almost 50% larger than the next biggest market. And worldwide, it's number 4. And as you can see, it's very similar to the size of Japan, although Japan has a little bit larger population. I think the number has come closer together, mostly because of exchange rates. Also, maybe fewer drugs are being consumed in Japan compared to Germany. That I don't know. But so it's very similar, the 2 markets. The next reason, it's not just a large market, but the German market has been growing quite substantially. You see more than 5% over the last couple of years, 22 and 23, a little less after the pandemic. But last year, also very strong, 7.8% growth. And particularly strong within pharmaceuticals is biopharmaceuticals. Biopharmaceuticals outpace the overall market. including biosimilars. We've seen a lot of growth, but of course, that's a fairly recent development with biosimilars. So biopharmaceuticals now account for about 60% of the market, and that's a trend that has been going on for quite some time. So I think we will continue this trend to go on and see biopharmaceuticals account for 60% or more also in the coming years. Now, next reason why Germany is quite attractive for companies is, when you introduce new medications in Europe, they're approved by the European agency, EMA, but that does not mean medications are available in all European countries. Depends on reimbursement. So many countries choose not to introduce certain medications because of budget concerns, where some make them available, but only for out-of-pocket spending. So Germany has the highest number of medications that is available to patients and being reimbursed. And another factor that's not quite as known is the time to market in Germany is very fast. So from the time a new medication is approved until it becomes available in a pharmacy, and typically it's being reimbursed, so you go and insurance company pays for it, it's only about 50 days in Germany compared to 500 days average in Europe. And that's because in the first year, when as soon as you're allowed to introduce your medication, the pharmaceutical company can choose a price for the first year, and then in a parallel process, price negotiations take place. And then after the first year, they will get the price that's being negotiated with the government agencies. But you don't have to wait for the negotiations to end first before you can introduce your medication. So when you look at number of companies and employment, Germany is in a lead. Switzerland has a little bit more net sales. Some very large pharmaceuticals located in Switzerland. Then again, they're not a EU country, but you see the landscape overall in Europe. What's also, since you see the number of companies is very high, that shows you that the German market is not dominated by just a few very large pharmaceutical companies, but really by small and medium-sized companies. It's 90% of them, and the breakdown you can see on the right-hand side. Germany is also a major trading hub for pharmaceuticals. So a lot of pharmaceutical products are being imported as well as exported. Of course, medication is not only made in one place. It crosses borders, sometimes many times. But Germany has been very strong in importing and exporting many industries, including pharmaceutical industries. So you have also the logistics in terms of customs agencies. They're all very accustomed to dealing with pharmaceuticals. And that's why it plays a major role. And Germany is actually the largest exporter of pharmaceutical products in all of Europe. Now, another reason is, of course, innovation. And I think when you look at innovation, you can either look at R&D spending or patent registrations. In terms of R&D spending, the last number that was available to me, they're a little bit delayed. Switzerland was slightly ahead of Germany that year. The previous year, Germany was ahead, so it's pretty much neck to neck. But those are the leading countries when it comes to research and development in Europe. In patent applications, I have a breakdown. This is actually covered for a 3-year period, and it's broken down for medical devices, pharmaceuticals, and biotechnology. And those are patent applications at the European Patent Office. And you see the US by far leading. And then Germany in second, and Japan comes in third, which is quite strong considering that it's European patent applications. And not US or Japanese or other patent places. With biotechnology, of course, we saw a huge surge in R&D spending with the pandemic. And what's nice to see is that it was not, just a 1 year to develop the mRNA vaccine, but really the entire biotech industry has gotten quite a boost, and R&D spending continues to be high. So there are 800 dedicated biotechnology companies in Germany. There are about 700 pharmaceutical companies. Of course, there's some overlap between pharmaceutical and biotechnology companies, but a sector that's growing quite strongly. And of course, biotech companies are very important for the overall pharmaceutical industry. There's a lot of partnering going on of all sorts of companies, and you see some of the major deals of German biotechnology companies with major international pharmaceutical companies. You also notice that for the largest deals, you see a lot of US and some British companies here. I wish there were a few Japanese companies on this list. They could certainly be, and they do partner with German biotechnology companies. It just happened not to be in the top list for the largest deals. Yes, for biotechnology, I'm going to leave it at that. We do have a publication covering all the biotechnology clusters in Germany. They're all listed also by the area they specialize in. That's also available as download on our website. We're currently also updating this information, and and currently designing an interactive map for our website so you can zoom in and out and search for clusters more easily. Talking about R&D, clinical trials, of course, play a huge role. And again, in Germany, it's not just one place or two places where clinical studies are being conducted. All the university hospitals play a major role, and they are distributed throughout Germany. There are more than 30 major university hospitals, and you see the number of clinical trials they conduct. So it's also, again, not super easy to navigate. All hospitals focus on certain areas, but of course, we're happy to help to navigate and find the best partners together with our partner organizations. Talking about focus areas, much of R&D is still focused on oncology, by far the major area, followed by immunology. And in terms of trends, we clearly see a lot of interest right now in ATMPs, specifically gene and cell therapy, fairly novel area. Biosimilars already mentioned. And I think another key topic is personalized medicine. And of course, that ties in very well with oncology. So when you look at the pipeline, again, oncology here in the lead, followed by infectious diseases, immunology. These are those areas where medications are expected to come to market next. CAR-T, I just briefly mentioned. You see, I'm not going to go through all the recent developments. Almost every month, every other month, another center opening. Again, many hospitals involved in this area. There are now 6 gene and cell therapies approved in Europe. Germany is the only country where all 6 are available. And the reason why Germany plays a big role is Germany has 2 authorities for pharmaceuticals. One for traditional pharmaceuticals or chemical pharmaceuticals, and one for vaccines and bio-based medicines, and that's the Paul-Ehrlich Institute. And they were in the lead for 5 out of the 6 gene therapies in Europe. So when I talk to industry partners, they always tell me they're very impressed by the institute, very knowledgeable apparently, and work very well with them together. So with that, I'm going to come to the end. I think another, and that's the last, it's not the last slide, but the second to last, another key factor is that the pharmaceutical and biotechnology industry gets a lot of support from the government. And as you may know, there were just elections in Germany. New government has only been in office now for 10 days. But this is true for the previous government as well as the current government. Now, the previous government, initially, pharmaceuticals and biotechnology was not a focus area because right when the last government started, the Ukraine war started. So a lot of attention was on energy and other topics. But I had the pleasure to work for the government at the time, and it was interesting to see how more and more interested government became in the pharmaceutical industry, because it's a sector that's been growing quite nicely and that has been performing much more strongly than other areas in Germany. So I had the pleasure of accompanying the German Chancellor to a number of company visits and meetings, and he was really personally interested in the sector, and the same goes for the economic minister as well. And together with the health ministry and research ministry, they drafted this national strategy for pharmaceuticals. And what's nice about it, it's not just, strategy that you put on paper and then nothing happens, but it's really being implemented. It was actually being implemented at the time when the strategy was drafted. So it's already underway, and it's improving many areas. So clinical studies, for example, will be conducted much faster, more easily. That's one of them, but also you see many other key. Right, so it has several provisions. I'm not going to go through one of them one by one, but what I want to tell you, it's being implemented, so the industry will get a further boost. And now with the new government, they drafted, it's two parties that form the government, and there's a coalition agreement, and it states specifically that they intend to make Germany the world's most innovative chemical, pharmaceutical, and biotechnology location. And of course, you could think they say this about any industry, but that's not the case. They picked out this particular sector in particular, and by both biotechnology and pharmaceuticals are mentioned as key industries for Germany, much more prominently than compared to the automotive sector or some other sectors. So that really means something, and so we expect further support for the industry and hopefully not just support for domestic companies, but for international companies interested in working with Germany as well. So with the executive summary, I think I'm going to leave it as is. I think I've made my points. I don't need to repeat them. And I saved 2 minutes. So we should be back on track. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marcus. Next speaker, Ms. Deutscher of BioM. She will take this seminar's platform from Munich via the web. For over 25 years, BioM has been the central network organization of the biotechnology industry in Munich and Bavaria. As international relation manager, Ms. Deutscher fosters global networking and collaborations. Ms. Deutscher, now stage is yours.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to join here this seminar, this time online, unfortunately, but I hope to join next time in person. I would like to share my screen very quickly. All right, I think you should see my screen by now. Then I can start with my presentation. So I was kindly invited, and it's a really great opportunity to give some insights into Germany's innovation cluster landscape, and in particular how clusters like ours, like BioM, the Bavarian Biotech Cluster, can support international collaboration and business development in the field of life sciences. So Bavaria is home to over 500 companies in the life science sector. Out of these are approximately 300 biotech companies. So we have heard the number before from Markus saying that in the whole Germany, we have approximately 800. In Bavaria, we have 300 of them. But in addition to that, we also have a couple of pharmaceutical companies, one of the big ones, such as Daiichi Sankyo in the south or Roche, but also smaller and medium-sized companies. Of course, it's also backed from our wide range of service providers and suppliers. And what is really great about the Bavarian state is that we also have quite a substantial number of technology parks, so 7 in total, with an area of 55,000 square meters. And within the state, and often linked to these 7 technology parks, we have many research institutes. In total, we have 70, and for example, we have the Fraunhofer Institute or the Helmholtz Institute, Max Planck Innovation. I think these are worldwide renowned institutes, probably all familiar to you. And of course, we cannot do any research in life science without the universities. We have quite a substantial number spread all over the state. In Munich, I would like to highlight the 2 excellence universities, the Ludwig Maximilian University and the Technical University of Munich. And this strong research industry base is not only true for the whole state of Bavaria, but it's also particularly true and given at our campus in Munich. You can see our campus and our infrastructure here on this picture, and BioM, you see on the lowered corner, the Bavarian Biotech Cluster Organization is really at the heart of this center. The center is called the Innovation and Startup Center for Biotechnology, the IZB, and this campus, only the blue highlighted building itself, hosts over 40 companies, mostly startups, but also scale-ups, and provide them lab and office space at a very reasonable fee. What is great is that across the street, we have the research institutes. A few of them I already mentioned. You can see on the right side, the Max Planck Institute for Biochemistry and Biological Intelligence. Whereas on the other side, we have the Ludwig Maximilian University with its biomedical center, for example. And on the top, another big player within the ecosystem is the University Hospital of Großhadern. Together with its site in the Munich central area, it's one of Germany's largest university hospitals. So overall, as I mentioned, it's a really great setup of having the major players on site, industry, research, clinics, and of course, our young startups and innovation founders. And this is essential to really translate research into innovation and commercialization. From this example of how our innovation cluster could look like, I would like to highlight also 3 areas where we at BioM in particular see a strong potential for German-Japanese collaboration. We've heard some of these aspects before, so I will quickly dive into a few of them. First, we see a great synergy in the field of personalized and regenerative medicine. I think Germany and Japan really both share great expertise, for example, in the field of mRNA-based therapies, cell and gene therapies, advanced therapies, and ATMPs. And we've heard about the regulatory with Paul-Ehrlich Institute. I think Japan is a little bit ahead when it comes to regulatory speed and flexibility. But again, we have this great institute also in Germany for the regulatory aspects. On the other hand, we also offer strong CDMO and clinical trial infrastructure in this particular field. So really making both sides, Germany and Japan, highly complementary in that regard. Second, Germany and Japan are both strong investors in innovation. Japan spends around 3.5% of its GDP on R&D. And Germany, with the new government, they have committed actually to the same goal, the same number of 3.5%. So I think there's really great potential for innovation partnerships between Germany and Japan. And as a cluster organization, in particular BioM, we have been active in this field for many years. So we have built a long-standing relationship with 2 key innovation ecosystems in Japan. One of them is the Kawasaki Institute of Industrial Promotion, the Open Innovation Hub that is located in King's Skyfront. And the other partner is Osaka Bio Headquarters, the cluster organization in the heart of Japan's pharmaceutical sector. We have been collaborating with them for more than 10 years now. And for example, we've jointly co-developed early on the EU-Japan Biotech and Pharma Partnering Conference that will take place again this year with the support of the EU-Japan Center. And it's a really, really great platform for fostering partnerships in biopharmaceutical innovation. But as we know, ideas innovation need also strong industrial partners to really scale up. And I think this is a particular great third opportunity for German and Japanese cooperation. We see the ongoing geopolitical changes. We see a growing interest in de-risking global innovation portfolios. And I think this really opens up an opportunity for Japan and Germany. So one of the recent examples I can share is that we have our incubator on site, the Munich Accelerator for Life Science and Medicine, the MAXL. It offers lab space and support to pre-seed and early stage startups, and we try to link it to industry partners. And just this month, we were so happy to announce that Daiichi Sankyo entered into the MAXL with a golden sponsorship ticket, really providing a great startup 12 months access to lab space, coaching, peer learning. So we have this really great collaboration between a big Japanese pharmaceutical player and the German innovation side, giving these very young teams a great first start into their innovation journey. Given these three examples of collaboration opportunities, I would quickly highlight how you can use cluster organizations such as ours, how to get really access to their ecosystem, to the cluster, and in that case, of course, Bavaria again. So first, we provide a freely accessible online company database where you can search and filter companies in our network by technology area, indication, product, or service. So this is really a great starting point to identify potential partners for you. In addition, we have many opportunities throughout the year to really increase your company's visibility. So marketing and media options, networking formats, such as roundtables. And of course, soon coming up, we have our annual flagship conference, the so-called BioConnect. You can see some insights on the right side on this slide. It takes place in Munich in the beginning of July, and it really focuses on emerging technologies, innovation, funding, and commercialization. Apart from that, we offer also a different and a wide range of cluster services, such as a startup support program. We have the so-called Pharma Day. It's a tailor-made scouting and partnering format. We provide lab and office finder support for locating your company within Bavaria with a partner of us. We host international delegations at our campus to show the players that I've mentioned before and the sites you've been seeing on the slide early on. And of course, we try to really be up to date and publish on the newest advancements that are happening within our Bavarian biotech sector. So with that, I would like to wrap it up. If you're interested in partnering with the Bavarian biotech ecosystem with us, BioM, as the cluster organizations, please feel free to reach out. You can find our contact here. We will be attending also Bio Japan this year in October, where we will come with a Bavarian delegation of 5 to 7 companies. And I also know that later on you will hear from the representative office of the Free State of Bavaria. I know Noe-san is on site. Please feel free to reach out to her as well. She knows us. We work very good together for this cooperation between Germany and Japan in the field of life science. With that, I would like to say thank you very much for having me as one of the speakers. Thank you for your time, and I would be very happy to stay in touch.
Thank you very much, Ms. Deutscher. Now, the final speaker is Dr. Rebecca Engels. Dr. Stein could not meet his schedule today, so Dr. Engels take this role for us via web. Dr. Engels, industry liaison and project manager of the Knowledge and Technology Transfer Company, Ascenion, since 2021. In addition, she manages national and international partnership to facilitate the out-license of assets from Ascenion's partner institute. Dr. Engels, thank you for joining us today. And now the stage is yours.
Thank you very much for this very kind introduction. I'm really happy to be here today and introduce you to our company Ascenion and tell you a little bit more about how we are connected in Germany with all the life science institutes and how this can potentially turn into collaboration with you, with Japan, and industry companies all over the world. So Ascenion is a private technology transfer company, and we are working together with over 30 research institutions, universities, and university hospitals all over Germany, Austria, and also beyond. With that, we manage one of Europe's biggest IP and equity portfolios from academia in the life science field. And Ascenion is exclusively focusing on life sciences, but we have a really broad spectrum of applications. And with that, we are helping to bring research into application for the benefit of society. Here you can see our team. So we have a lot of people that have a life science background, of course. We all have experience in international biopharmaceutical industries and also in startup business. And our team consists of lawyers, PhDs, and MBAs. Most of our teams are technology managers, and they are directly at our sites from our partners and working together with the scientists to advance their innovations and transfer them into application. As you can see here on this map, Ascenion's headquarters is in Munich, which is the red dot here right at the bottom of Germany. But we also have offices all over Germany and are always close to our partner institutes. At the moment, we have 25 partners that are permanent in Germany and Austria. And these are, for example, the Charité in Berlin that may say something to you, and also the Helmholtz and Leibniz associations, which are a quite big part of Germany. And if you are interested in our partner portfolio, you are welcome to scan the QR code in the top right of this page. And then you will be forwarded to our website where you can see an overview of all our partners and what they are currently working in and what maybe could benefit also your pipeline. So as I already told you, our mission is to turn research into application. And this we do by identifying and protecting intellectual property of our partner institutes. We are developing the technologies and advancing them towards application, and also commercialization of the application and realizing financial returns for our partners. So this is what we do in our nutshell, but we basically help on every step of the way. So we're really partnering with really early stage projects that are just about to begin, but also with later stage projects or already out-licensed and spin-off. And all these technologies from our partners and materials are pooled into our portfolio. Here again is the possibility to collaborate with a lot of German institutes for you if you're interested in our technology portfolio and maybe want to see if we can benefit your pipeline, or you want to connect and partner and do co-development with some of these technologies, then you are very welcome to scan the QR code and have an overview on our website. We also offer the possibility to filter for your areas of interest. And as you can see, we are covering a lot of different technologies in the life science field. These are mainly therapeutics and diagnostics, but also we have a lot of new digital health and AI applications, and we have a lot of animal models and new vectors and materials. And sorry. Okay. Now I want to tell you a little bit more about how everything works, because our technologies that we have in our portfolio are constantly further developed. And we really like to connect with you to also develop the technologies in the right direction. And we know that Germany and Japan has a lot of great collaborations. We already heard a lot from the other speakers today. And we are really focusing on improving the connection between the academia field and the industry field here. So what Ascenion does is basically being the link between academia and industry, and we help with constantly with project validation, shaping the target project, developing all the processes, the management, and also connecting the technologies with our broad network of experts from all over the world. So if you're interested to also take part in being an expert for our technologies and for our scientists and sharing your advice, then you are really welcome to contact us and work with us together. We are always really grateful for input from different perspectives. And of course, if the projects are further developed, we can also help them for licensing or also spin-off collaborations. So for the spin-offs, we already accompanied 135 spin-offs in the last couple of years, which we are really proud of. And when we accompany spin-offs, we often coach them to get a team together. We support them with their business and financial planning and establish, again, contact to investors through our network. And since Ascenion is also there for over 20 years now, we are really experts in negotiating also agreements and help them just with managing everything. And if you're interested in our startup portfolio, working together with our startups, you can scan the QR code again, also getting to our website and have an overview of the startups we are currently working on. And last but not least, this is all about building partnerships, of course, and we are really happy for our broad network already, but always looking into enlarging our network and just to initiate partnerships. And here again, Ascenion is acting as a link between the scientists and industry. So we can help you to balance your interests and also representing always both sides. So we are really neutral here. And of course, also monitor how everything is going and the contracts and everything. So as a summary, again, Ascenion is very efficient to our focus on life sciences. We help the scientists to bring their technologies into applications on every step of the way. We can support them. And we are really happy to have a lot of partners in Germany that are eager to get in contact with industry, with investors, with experts that like to share their knowledge. And we are here for over 20 years and supporting German scientists and the technology transfer in Germany. And what I didn't told you yet is that we are also a 100% subsidiary of the Life Science Foundation. That means that every surplus that we get flows back into the Life Science Foundation and then is used for grants for the scientists to further support their projects. And here's a little overview of where you can meet us. We are usually at Bio Europe and next month also at Bio International that we do every year. We are also always present at Bio Japan. This year you can meet my boss there, the CEO of Ascenion, Christian Stein, who can unfortunately not be here today. But he will be very happy to meet you at Bio Japan. And we are sharing the booth together with BioM, as Adriane already told you. And we also have our own little conference called BioVaria, which just happened at the end of April. And the next BioVaria is in April 2026 again. BioVaria is a European technology showcasing event, but we are really happy that we have a lot of international industry partners there every year. This year we were also joined again by Daiichi Sankyo, which just opened their site in Munich, which we are really happy about, and really happy to have another opportunity to connect with them. And as you can see, BioVaria is a boutique event. So it's really small and like familiar environment. I'm really happy about that because BioVaria is really focusing on networking, and you can meet a lot of partners from Germany, also from Europe. A lot of cluster organizations and technology transfer offices from all over Europe are joining us every year. We also have a big representation of European startups there, and it's a great space to network. So last but not least, here you can see my contact data. I am very sorry that I cannot be there for networking, but please feel free to scan the QR code and connect with me on LinkedIn. And I will be really happy to maybe meet you in person of one of the conferences this year, and maybe also join you in Japan next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Engels. We do appreciate. We will have pitches by life science representative from the Japan office of German federal states for the last seminar session. Take this opportunity to learn about the outstanding feature of the German life science industry. We believe it might help develop knowledge and contact for coming networking session after the seminar. We have 5 representatives from German federal states today. Then we'll explain their state's attractiveness in life science industries in few minutes. Then the audience can discuss further details later within in the network session, or alternatively by contacting them. Let me start the pitch of federal states in alphabetical order. Firstly, Baden-Württemberg, Mr. Masaki Teraoka, FDI representative for the German state of Bavaria, Baden-Württemberg, Japan. Sorry.
Thank you very much, Nagamura-san. My name is Masaki Teraoka. I'm representing the Baden-Württemberg for investment promotion in Japan. I don't know, maybe you are not so familiar with the Baden-Württemberg, but Baden-Württemberg is located, southwest of Germany, and which with a border with France and Switzerland. The Stuttgart is the capital city and largest city, and I have to admit that the most well-known industry sector is automotive because of the HQ location of the large companies like Mercedes and Porsche, Bosch. But the life science sector is also very strong in Baden-Württemberg. Particularly the international pharmaceutical and the biopharmaceutical, the leading companies having the very significant operations in the state. The companies such as Takeda, Roche, and Pfizer, and also Boehringer Ingelheim, And Boehringer Ingelheim has the huge operation in the state, both of the manufacturing and also R&D. Baden-Württemberg is very strong in R&D, innovation. more than the 5% of the GDP is spent for the R&D, which is highest in Europe. So there are many the foreign companies who are doing the R&D activities out of the state. And investment promotion in Japan, Baden-Württemberg, to be honest, was not so proactive in the past, but the state decided, to be very proactive and, active in the Japanese market, to promote the investment promotion for the state. And, actually, the 4th of July, next month, 2 months later, the two representatives from the, Baden-Württemberg State Investment Promotion Agencies are coming to Japan. And we are organizing the investment in Baden-Württemberg seminar. So if you are interested in the area, please come and learn about Baden-Württemberg. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Teraoka, Baden-Württemberg. Next, Bayern, Bavaria, Ms. Noe Tayama, Project Manager, State of Bavaria, Japan Office.
Thank you for introduction, Mr. Iwamura. My name is Noe Tayama, and I work at the State of Bavaria Japan office as project manager. And the State of Bavaria Japan office is the Japanese representative of the Bavarian Ministry of Economic Affairs, and has been working to promote economic relations between Japan and Bavaria since 1988. And specifically, the Japan office, we help Japanese companies expand into Bavaria. And at the same time, we also provide advice to Bavarian companies entering the Japanese market. The state, Bavaria, maybe Bavaria is not so famous. Maybe the capital city, Munich, is known in Japan much more. The state Bavaria is traditionally known for its manufacturing industries, such as automobiles and machinery. But nowadays, like Ms. Ariane Dosha of BioM explained today, the state has become a center for companies in life science-related industries. And if your company is interested in doing business in Bavaria, in Germany, in Bavaria, so feel free to contact us. We can help you. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Tayama. Bavaria, or maybe German word, Bayern is more popular. Then, Sachsen, English word Saxony, Mr. Fumihiro Asano, a representative of Japan Saxony Trade and Invest Corporation.
Yeah, thank you very much, Iwamura-san. My name is Fumihiro Asano. I am Japan's representative of Saxony Trade and Invest. Saxony, or Sachsen in German language, is located in the eastern part of Germany, and its capital city is Dresden. Saxony has large life science clusters in Leipzig and Dresden, specializing in cell and gene therapy and regenerative medicine. Saxony's cancer research also has international reputation. I'm happy to connect Japanese companies and institutions to those clusters in Saxony for potential collaborations. I'm looking forward to discussing with you all later. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sano of Saxony. Finally, North Rhine-Westphalia, English, North Rhine-Westphalia, Ms. Noriko Kamimura, Project Manager, NRW Global Business Japan.
Thank you very much, Yamada-san. My name is Noriko Kamimura from NRW Global Business Japan. NRW is not famous, but NRW stands for North Rhine-Westphalia, and it's not famous as its cities' names, like Düsseldorf, Cologne, or Köln, or Bonn, or Essen. And since 1992, we NRW Global Business Japan help Japanese companies to enter Germany or in North Rhine-Westphalia, which is the center of Europe. And as you know, with Düsseldorf, there are 650 Japanese enterprises in North Rhine-Westphalia, and such as large capital companies like Hitachi or Shimazu or Canon are there, and also small and mid-sized companies or startups are having their business there. Recently, you may know Medicaloid with surgical robots, or Cyberdyne with rehabilitation robots. The reasons why they are in North Rhine-Westphalia is that there are 25% of hospitals of German hospitals are in North Rhine-Westphalia. And also we have largest network of university hospitals, and especially in Bochum, the city of Bochum. And also, last but not least, there are certification bodies like TÜV Rheinland or Japan Quality Assurance. And TÜV Rheinland has its office in Shin-Yokohama, or Japan Quality Assurance has its office in Essen. So you can have a support in English or in German or even in Japanese. We held last April an event with Bochum City and also with Tsukuba University. That was a healthcare event, and we held a lot of events or seminars. So if you are interested in expanding your business in or near Düsseldorf or in North Rhine-Westphalia, please contact us, and we are very happy to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Kamimura, North Rhine-Westphalia. Now, all seminars are closed. Before we will move to the networking, Professor Dr. Takahashi will offer closing remarks. Professor, please offer us closing remarks.
We are almost at the end of the event. Before I close, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of today's speakers for their insightful presentation and contribution. Since most participants here are Japanese speakers, so I'm going to continue my closing remark in Japanese. 皆様、いかがでしたでしょうか。この GTAI さんとは、2年、3年前にイベントをしてですね、2回目ということになります。また我々のイベントではですね、バイオジャパンの際にさまざまなスタートアップの方々に来ていただいたりしながら、関係を構築してきたということがあります。 冒頭ちょっと申し上げましたけど、私はドイツの会社に30年近くいたことがあってですね、今いろいろクラスターのお話を聞きながら、ライプツィヒ大学に行ったなとかですね、デュッセルドルフのあたりにいたなとか思いながら、話を聞いていました。その前半の方は、全体のやはりライフサイエンスがいかにドイツが強いかという部分であったりですとか、また代表的な会社であるベーニンガーさんの活動、GTAI さんのご紹介もありました。さらにはさまざまなクラスターの中で、特にライフサイエンスを中心としたご紹介があったということです。それで実はベルリンがですね、今多分11時ぐらいでしょうか。私アメリカのいろんな企業ともお話をしたりしたことあるんですけど、実はドイツは非常に日本とですねビジネスがしやすい時間帯にあるっていうことがあってですね、実はこれが一番働く方、にしては楽だったんだなというのを思いながら話を聞いていたところがあります。今回このようなドイツのさまざまな皆さんを紹介できたということで、ぜひこれを機会により一層ですねドイツと日本のコラボレーションがこれから進んでいけばいいかなと思います。ということで、これからがこの会場にいらっしゃる方々にとっては一番大事なセッションのネットワークということになりますので、ぜひこの機会につながっていただいて、今後の皆様のビジネスであったり活動につなげていただければなというふうに思います。ということで、これをもちまして本日のイベントを終了させていただきます。どうもありがとうございました。